what is going on? So today we're gonna do part 3 of our hunt for a monster jack crevalle. So let me show you something I got for our hunt here. So if you saw, I have a 6,000 Saragossa I just recently bought probably a month ago, but I didn't have the proper rod for it, and I've been literally taking off the rod I used for my 4,000 Stratic and putting it on 6,000 whenever I want to fish for big jack, which the rod itself, I was using a 7-foot medium, is not heavy enough for a 6,000 size reel or heavy duty enough to handle one of these big giant fish really. I have caught a 30-pound jack, 2 big monster jack on that setup before, but it's a lot of strain on those fish using a smaller tackle. So we've beefed up our gear here. 6,000 size Saragossa, and this is a new 8-foot heavy G Loomis rod right here. This thing is a meat stick. I wish I could show you a little better, but it's an 8-foot. It's gonna throw our big jack lures a mile. We're gonna throw big poppers, big plugs, big everything on this thing. Very, very excited to throw this. Only brought big poles with me today. Have this setup right here, 6,000 Saragossa, 8-foot heavy spinning rod. Got my Calcutta 400 and the big swim bait rod, and then my small rod with me is my 4,000 Stratic on the medium 7-foot St. Croix. I'm very, very excited today. Hopefully we can hook some big jack. That'll be very cool. We're gonna throw lures today all day and just try different things and see what works. You know, I have a few glide baits and some top waters and subsurface and big poppers. We're just gonna run through it all and see what works and hopefully stick a monster. All right, it's a little windy today, but we should be all right. We're gonna start off throwing a wax swing right here. It's a lure I've never thrown, but you know, I had some people say I should try it, and they look real good. It's kind of like a glide bait, and it just kind of swings side to side through the water, and we'll be able to cover a lot of ground. I'm running 40-pound fluorocarbon right here. There's a huge snook swimming right next to my boat, so that's always good. Anyways, got distracted. Throwing a wax swing, it's about 5.5 inches. We're just gonna cover a lot of water today and just throw and crank, man. Jack like to chase something moving, so we're gonna give him something moving pretty quick. Oh, just missed it, the barracuda. Gosh, he hit it. He didn't get hooked up though. All right, well, we know the wax swing at least will draw some bites. It was like a 2.5-foot barracuda. He didn't hook up for some reason, but he smacked the crap out of this thing. Jack? Is it huge, big giant jack? Big snook, huh? I'll put something else at them. They're already this way? Okay. Big jack? I see his black shape right there, right now, one coming by. All right, we're gonna throw a big X-Wrap right here for a minute, just something that gets down a little deeper. It's just so sunny out. I think these fish are definitely gonna be hanging down. Very cool though. I was actually cruising past one of the seawalls further down, and you know, there was a guy and his wife standing out on the wall, and they were saying that there was a monster, 3 big giant snooks sitting right against their seawall, and then they a school of about 5 jack also just swam by as well, they're saying. So, you know, that makes me hopeful that we might be able to find some big fish, but we got to find what they want to eat, man. All right, I moved back into a little canal in here because I saw some big jack and big snook, and it looks like they funneled in this way, but right now I'm kind of just looking for them. I don't expect a ton while it's super bluebird skies, sunny, windy. It's not ideal fishing conditions, but hopefully we can maybe spot some of these big ones swimming around in here and just sight cast onto them. If we hook up in here though, it is gonna be a rodeo, that's for sure. Ooh, come on. There's a snook right underneath the boat. All right, so we're gonna do something pretty different here. You know, I've been hopping around everywhere, throwing a bunch of different lures, and nothing has worked out quite yet. It is just about 6 o'clock right there. If you can see, it's 5:58. We're gonna just literally post up on the corner of a seawall and sit here for 30 minutes probably and just wait and see if we see jack or snook coming along, because snook, for the most part, they're probably going to hang and stay stationary on a wall, but jack, they're not hanging on one specific wall. They're going to cover a ton of water, and they're going to feed on the seawalls, though, for the most part. Either seawalls or sandbars are where they're going to try to feed, unless there just happens to be a ridiculous amount of bait out in the middle. So we're just going to sit here and wait and try to find them when they're feeding, because one of our best chances, I think, to catch one of these fish is to just do like a bait and switch, essentially, where if we see one eating against the seawall, throw this up while he's trying to eat and just put it in place of the mullet he's chasing. So that's our plan right now. And we have a few different things rigged up. Have old Hoggy tied on right here, have a spool tech tied on, and a top water as well. But we're just gonna chill right here for 30 minutes at least and just wait. Well, we sat at the seawall for 30 minutes waiting for maybe some jack or snook to come along the seawall and eat, and I did not see a single thing for 30 whole minutes. So we're moving on. We're gonna roll the spool tech, not necessarily roll, we're gonna move it pretty decent paced through these docks, and we're just gonna be covering a lot of water right now. And mainly, you know, we might end up catching some snook doing this, but the purpose of it really is to kind of like kill time and cover water, and hopefully we'll see some of these big jack eat, because for the most part there's really no big rhyme or reason where they are. They're like trying to catch a pelagic fish in shore, and something huge just rolled in front of me, but they're like trying to catch a pelagic fish in shore. They just roam around everywhere, and so it's a lot of just covering water trying to find them. And the best way to really get them to bite is to throw on them while they're in the middle of feeding. So that's what we're kind of hoping to find, is maybe we'll cover some water and see some of these big jack in the middle of eating, and we'll be able to throw right on them and get them to eat. And I just caught this dock piling. But anyways, that's the plan. I'm gonna get unstuck and we're gonna keep rolling. All right, we're gonna toss around a big top water right here. It's just a 5-inch walking bait. Let's see if we can find one of these big jack. It's a little early for the top water, but I'm not getting action anywhere else, so I might as well switch over early. Oh, snook right there. Crap, dude. That was perfect. Alright, well, we already got a bite on the top water, which is pretty much more than I can say for anything else. Oh, big snook. Big snook, big snook. Oh, there's a big female snook and a little male one that's following behind her. Or he's actually in front of her. The night I'm targeting jack, I've seen more snook than I have in a long time, and I have not seen a single jack. But I'm sure if I was targeting snook, I bet I would have seen a ton of big giant jack today. Alright, I am done for the day. You know, I wish I really had more to show you guys, but you know, starting this series of hunting for this big giant jack, you know, I decided that I wanted to be real about it, and there's going to be days where I don't go out and catch anything. Today was definitely not a good day. I don't think any of the days so far in this series have really been good days. Maybe the first one caught like a little jack and nothing bad happened. And the second time broke a camera. Today, no fish at all. So it's definitely been a trial of some time for sure. But that's just part of searching after a big trophy-sized fish. You know, not every day is going to be killer. But it was nice to get out and a beautiful, beautiful day. A little on the windy side, but that's okay. You know, got a few bites, but nothing was really connecting. I saw a lot of snook today, and I didn't see a single jack the whole entire day, but I saw like a dozen snook, and 3 or 4 of them were big ones too. I had a few bites as well, but one was a cuda and the other 2 were snook, I think. But it's just the way it goes sometimes. But that's all right. Gonna head in before it gets too dark. Maybe next time will be the time we catch the big giant one. I'm hoping, man. I'm holding on. If we go too long, we're not doing any well, we'll pitch some live mullet just for the fun of it and to show you guys fish. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys.